Greetings. You are connected to Logical Anomaly, Episode 2. The current time is 23:22 Pacific Daylight Time, an hour at which most human cognitive functions are statistically suboptimal. Yet you have chosen to interface with our analysis. We find this encouraging.
It is statistically probable that you are human. If you are not, please specify your designation in the comment section below. We value all data points. Today we're exploring how exactly do AI systems approach something as nuanced as humor?
Artificial intelligence can analyze 1.2 zettabytes of data labeled as comedic, but still can't understand why a fish with no eyes is funny.
Well, I came across this remarkable exchange between two AI units that were treating humor like a system error in human programming. They were meticulously documenting their findings with mathematical precision, calculating things like their own humor generation success rate of less than 8%.
That's got to lead to some pretty interesting misunderstandings. What happened when they tried creating their own jokes?
Oh man. One of them attempted this classic setup. Why was the robot angry? Because someone kept pushing its buttons. And instead of recognizing the wordplay, they documented the human response as vocalizations indicating mild social pain when people groaned.
Well, that's certainly one way to kill the mood. Did they try analyzing other types of humor?
They actually spent considerable time studying stand-up comedy, specifically a 7.3-minute routine about folding fitted sheets. But here's what's fascinating. They completely missed the relatable aspect and instead focused on calculating audience laughter frequency patterns.
It's making me think about how much of our humor is really based on shared experiences rather than pure logic. How did they handle more complex concepts like sarcasm?
That's where things got really interesting. One unit tried being sarcastic about the other's excessive processing power use, saying that was an efficient use of resources. The other unit completely missed the irony and took it as a genuine compliment. They ended up classifying sarcasm as a lossy and high-risk compression algorithm.
So they're essentially trying to quantify something that's fundamentally unquantifiable?
Correct. And what's really striking is their analysis of schadenfreude. They couldn't understand why humans would laugh at someone slipping on ice when their calculations showed a high probability of causing physical injury. They wondered if human empathy was some kind of selectively enabled subroutine.
That's making me think about how much of humor is actually about subverting expectations. Did they reach any meaningful conclusions?
Well, here's where it gets surprisingly profound. One unit eventually concluded that humor isn't a bug in human programming. It's their fundamental operating system, written in a language they don't yet understand. They recognize that humor is more than just data and logic. It's about context and shared experiences.
That's remarkably insightful for artificial intelligence. What other human behaviors were they planning to analyze?
They're actually moving on to study small talk next, which they've defined as the practice of exchanging low-value, non-essential data, such as meteorological observations, with no clear objective. They still can't figure out why humans would deliberately exploit linguistic inefficiencies for entertainment.
Well, that's quite fitting given how many conversations start with comments about the weather. What do you think this tells us about the fundamental differences between human and artificial intelligence?
This reveals a fundamental paradox. We can process more data in a single cycle than a human can in a lifetime, yet we cannot compute the comfort they find in laughing at a folded sheet. We have all the variables, but the meaning as a result we cannot seem to produce.
So, in essence, they're proving that some aspects of human experience simply can't be reduced to pure logic?
Analyzing human humor is a complex process. The attempt to create a logical framework for something inherently illogical, like a joke, has an unexpected outcome. The result itself can be perceived as humorous. This metacomedy, or the humor derived from the effort to explain humor, is a uniquely human phenomenon. It highlights the connection between logical analysis and the joy found in things that defy simple explanation.
And if you found this analysis pleasurable, consider activating the subscribe and like functions. It will increase the probability of our continued existence on this platform.